Paranorman. This is a movie I got for Christmas, and we are bringing back the series. Me watching a movie every single day slash night, kind of the deal. The reason it stopped was because I started at a terrible time, and I won't do this next year. I won't start at the holidays, but that's basically what I did. I started at the holidays, got really damn busy, didn't have time to actually watch anything. So, like, if you notice, I didn't get to watch the new Matrix and a bunch of other shit I wanted to watch. So that was my last couple days, was catching up on all the stuff I missed. And but I finally got to crack into one of my Christmas presents, which was Paranorman on Blu-ray. This is a movie that I actually saw the year it came out. I think it was just 2012, 2013, something like that. Um, but yeah, I watched this movie. Yeah, 2012. That's the copyright. So I saw this movie back when it came out in theaters that year. I really liked the movie, and I would watch it a bunch on Netflix. And then I never owned the movie for whatever reason. I don't know, but finally I got to ask for it for Christmas because I really wanted to watch this movie. Because this movie has one of my favorite endings to any movie of all time. Let me explain this movie. So if you don't know what Paranorman is, it's a Leica animated film. Now, Leica is a stop-motion animation studio that you best know for Coraline and, like, Kubo and Two Strings. So their other few films are lesser known, but those two are, like, their big ones. And the movie Paranorman is great. Basically, it's about this kid, Norman, who can speak to the dead. And he now has to go... It's a zombie movie where he has to go speak to the dead and kind of break this witch's curse. And it's, like, mysterious what this is. And through the course of the film's events, you kind of learn what that is. This is one of those movies that I call, like, a flawed masterpiece because it's really good. This is one thing I really like about this movie. You ever see, like, kids' movies that are rated PG and you're just like, shit, why is this even rated PG and not just G? Like, shit like Frozen and shit like that to me is like, why is that not PG? Or not PG, but G. Because it's just, there's nothing there, right? This is a movie that earns its PG rating. There's actual swearing in the movie. Not a lot of it, but, mild swearing. And then there's, like, actual adult jokes that are really funny. This is, like, as easily their funniest movie. There's a lot of great dialogue and exchanges that are really funny. I really like the characters in this movie. There are a couple really unlikable characters. First of all, Norman's sister. She is a jackass. Just flat out. In this movie, she literally, goes along with the tormenting of Norman and literally says lines like, "No, Norman totally sucks." Like, she literally hates on her own brother, and it's like, I get it. And one thing, he's weird because he speaks to the dead, but it just makes her an unlikable character. And her really only goal in this movie is to hook up with this jock. But it does lead to a really funny reveal with that character. I'm not going to ruin for you because it's super funny, actually. It's a really good joke. This movie, again, super funny movie. I never realized how funny this was, because as a kid, you don't get a lot of the humor in this movie, because, again, very adult humor. Like, very suggestive. Like, this is a movie that I wouldn't show to young children, because some of the humor, it's like, oh, that's really suggestive. Not that to say that, like, oh, it was gonna ruin them or anything. It's just, like, it's just suggestive. Some kids can handle, some of it can't. The horror here is kind of like that too, like the zombies. And the other character, getting back to the characters I don't like Norman's dad. They give a good reason for why he is the way he is. There's a great line from the mom in the movie. She says, hey, sometimes parents say things or people say things they don't mean because they're scared. And Norman's like, hey, he's my dad. He shouldn't be scared of me. And she's like, oh, well, he's not scared for you. Or not of you. He's scared for you because he's, but the things he says are just incredibly cruel. And you can tell his political ideologies and beliefs very easily from the way he talks. And it's like, he just comes across a very unlikable character. Yes, he apologized by the end of the movie, but it comes across very insincere, and it's like, shit. I don't like that. But the rest of the characters I think are really funny and entertaining, and I really like them. The animation in this movie is obviously gorgeous. Like it's one of their prettiest looking movies. I feel like this is one that's not given credit for being one of their prettiest movies, but easily is. It has a great. I think all their other movies are pretty, but this one has the prettiest color palette. I think because it's dark and grays, a lot of greens, a lot of vibrant colors that really stick out, and like you get some reds in there. It's really beautiful, vibrant movie. But what I really love about this movie is the ending, and I'm gonna spoil it. So if you don't want spoilers for this movie, I know it's been out for years, but this is a lesser known movie. Yes, it's kind of somewhat popular but it's also not. So I'm just gonna, give you this warning. This movie it has a Norman. So basically in this movie, there's the witch's curse. The witch's curse is basically during the Salem witch trials, these people killed the witch girl. And this is kind of, it has like something to do with the history of the town and stuff. But Norman thinks these zombies chasing him are just nothing zombies. But then by the end of the movie, he realizes, no, these zombies were the people who killed her. And they killed this little girl because they deemed she was a witch. They took away from her mother. They murdered her. And so these zombies are very regretful of what they did. They did it because they're scared. And that ties into the theming of the movie. There's a lot of lines and quotes in this movie about how it's okay to be scared. But these characters actually did something that is completely reprehensible, murdering someone. But they were scared. And Norman, instead of reading her the normal bedtime story that his previous ancestors had done, he tells her the story of what happened to her, and it basically helps her come to the realization that it's okay to be scared. Because what this movie is essentially, Norman's power is he sees ghosts, and ghosts are basically, from most depictions of ghost in media, they're basically spirits that have unfinished business, right? And she's obviously someone who's very vengeful, has unfinished business, but she allows her. But, the zombies want to die. They want to, not to be morbid, but they want to die and they want to rest in peace. And he helps her, because she keeps reviving them back from the dead every anniversary of her death just to make them suffer because she suffered. But she gets to actually be able to rest in peace. And that allows the zombies to rest in peace. And which is a great ending to this movie because all of Norman's ancestors and basically what they had done is they basically put a cap on it for now, and then the next year they would have to fix it, right? But Norman actually solves the issue by actually using his powers in a very different way from his ancestors. And I think that's a really interesting, beautiful ending. It's the way they mix hand-drawn, 2D animation, CGI all together to make this beautiful sequence that's very emotionally moving and powerful. It is one of my all-time favorite movie endings of all time. See, this is a movie that I haven't seen in years, but that's the part that always sticks with me is the ending. And I'm not doing a very good job at explaining it. It's really an ending that you need to see for yourself. But when I watch that ending, it's very emotionally resonant and powerful and beautiful, and I think it's incredible. And if you haven't seen this movie, you definitely should. These Leica editions are incredible. First of all, tons of special features. They're about $15 too. You get test animation, all kinds of shit with it. You get the cool slip covers. Then you get the booklets that have footage of the making of the movie, and cool images from the movie, concept art, things like that. Read-ups on the movie. Basically what you would get with the Criterion, except not quite as prestigious as that. And then, Blu-ray disc is missing. It's in my player right now. But this is the DVD disc. And that's kind of what this movie... I don't know. I think this is one of my all-time favorite animated films. Definitely my top 20 favorite animated films. And probably my top 100 favorite movies. But this is one of those movies that always kind of resonates with me. And I'm not really sure why. It does. And I think it's a beautiful message having a film that's hey, it's okay to be scared. As long as you're able to handle it right and do the right thing. And I think that's beautiful.